to everybody. My name is Hülya Coskun. I am from Istanbul Mimar Sinan University. My presentation is about replanning of the Istanbul in the 21st century and focusing the two competition project. It's Yeang's Çekmece project and Zaha Hadid Kartal project. Istanbul has changed and developed over the years, and with the problems and the future models are seeing solution to the problems. By the 21st century, new urban scale projects planned in Istanbul according to ecological and innovative urban theories to design the future cities. The sustainable or eco-cities, natural urban ecosystem in Çekmece region, and in urban scale a gentrification project of old industrial zone in Kartal by parametric architecture. This two project it's actually a competition project for Istanbul, and they planned for the world to prominent architects Zaha, Hadid and Yeang. Istanbul city started to develop and spread rapidly with the mass inner migration seen in the post period. In fact, the massive inner migration led to rapid transformation and metropolization of the city in the 1950s. The city entered an even more difficult period with the increasing housing problem in the 1970s. The first planning of large-scale settlements actually started with the improvement of the slum areas in the 1980s. After the 20s, this turned into a gentrification process, and applications and many focused in the city centers, and with the emerged earthquake problems and the future project of outside the city. Today, the planning process of the city continues through these two main specific paths and planning implementation. The development of the Istanbul city is now more problematic, and problems are more visible with the housing and climate concerns, with the population of 15 million, and urban sprawl has already gone far beyond the old historical centers. The city almost bordered on green areas, forest areas, water basins, especially where these two phenomena intersect, the housing and green areas. The certain urban reality that made clear necessity of the urban and residential planning based on green design or ecological design or sustainable design, which includes these future planning theories. The urban planning in the world in beginning of the 21st century freed itself from the old explanatory models whose limits we know. The city's planning dynamics radically change, and new design and paradigms developed in urban planning. In the end of the 20th century, many cities, Tokyo, Sao Paulo, Mexico City, Mumbai, Shanghai, Beijing, and they become endless urban landscapes as a types of megacities, and which express an impossibility of orderly planning and strategic regulation. The overpopulated cities started to develop countryside and outside of the city centers, so new housing plannings become a threat to green areas, forest and urban ecosystems. The solution is the cities should be planned innovative residential areas that can be integrated with green areas and existing ecosystems abundant in traditional housing planning systems and models. These new planning ideas emerged in the 21st century and focused on climate-based concerns. With the changing world order, urban and housing planning evolved in the new planning areas and new dwellings, housing models and typologies. In, uh, in 1992, the Earth Summit held in Rio de Janeiro City, Brazil, by the United Nations debates focused on sustainable planning. We later formulated as Agenda 21 and later the Book of Eco-Cities and are human settlements modeled of the self-sustaining resilient structure and functional natural ecosystems as defined by the builders. By the 1999, the earthquake was significant by the planning process of the Istanbul city. After the earthquake, the city of Istanbul entered a large-scale gentrification process was initiated under the leadership of TOKİ, a government institution. The gentrification process started by the private contractors, mostly by TOKİ, and dominates the construction market as a governmental institution with the affordable houses. In the 20s, some remarkable projects competition were held in terms in planning in Istanbul city. Some regions, like in Küçükçekmece and Kartal regions, and we see the Yeang's Küçükçekmece project and also another architect, Zaha Hadid from Kartal gentrification project. While Zaha Hadid's project is an urban scale parametric computational design, Yeang's project draws attention as an eco-city project planned an example of eco-city near Küçükçekmece region in Istanbul. At the end of the 20th century, the Istanbul city nearly achieving 15 million population already went far beyond its borders known in its history. Istanbul grown to being a metropolitan city and later transformed a megacity which need much more strategic urban planning. The planning concepts such as eco-city, sustainable city or resilient city have emerged as a solution to the rapidly increasing problems of the cities. The development of urban planning techniques after the 1980s and in this context, Yeang's projects appears as an important example in Istanbul city, especially around the existing Küçükçekmece Lake natural ecosystem. As one of the important lands of the Küçükçekmece Lake or lagoon placed on the far eastern axis of the city, already known as a natural ecosystem, so creating a conventional natural place will be available for Yeang's project. As widespread trend has been observed in the growing number of ecocities developed over the past 2 decades and is claimed to combat our current global climate change challenges, so many of these cities are found to established in isolation from other existing centers. The surroundings of the Küçükçekmece Lake are partly occupied by the buildings and upper class and garden residence. Although the planning with the ecocity concept suitable for the natural environment of the Küçükçekmece Lake and lagoon, by the downsize the project may be that housing models and typologies not accordance to the ecocity concept, especially with the some also high-rise building. And if we look at the Zaha Hadid gentrification project in Kartal city, Kartal region, is while Yeang's project seems to focus more on the solution, green design and eco-city, and Zahad's planning proposal, actually it's a gentrification project for Kartal region. And it's in this case, they aims to different planning approach between the two, meaning both innovative and modern. So it's the gentrification project, but however, the main problem here was that the residential parcel did not comply with such a complicated parametric design concept and caused the problems for landowners. So it's after that, it's the most bureaucratic and legal problems. The project stalled today. Thank you very much for my presentation is about Yeang's Küçük Çekmece project and Zaha Hadid's Kartal gentrification project. Thank you very much.